So Dragon Ball Z Kakarot follows the four main sagas from the original Z series. You follow Goku and his friends on a journey to protect the Earth from villains who are trying to obtain the mystical orbs known as the Dragon Balls.
So when it comes to features of Kakarot, there are a variety of a few features that I find very interesting. One is that there is a real-time event which provides certain advantages depending on the area that you like to pursue in. One example may be giving extra items depending on the location, or even things like getting more fish or acquiring certain rarity of fish that you may use later on to sell for extra money. Next, we have the Z Community Board, which provide different stats and buffs depending on the category that you may want to pursue in, based on the badges that you acquired in the game. This may include longer effects depending on food that you may use with Chi Chi, or getting an expensive boost for XP depending on the story or where you're at, and so forth. Last but not least, we're gonna have the Z Encyclopedia, which basically is like the back of the book of the game. Anything that you want to know or get an idea of what the backstory is, you can kind of just go there to just get pretty much everything, which varies from backstory, as I said before, in-game models, and so forth. I mean, the game offers a lot of features that you just want to just kind of dig deep in if you want to like more lore about Dragon Ball Z itself.
So one of my favorite features is the community board. I invested a lot of time upgrading the soul emblems in order to increase my stats, such as the meals. I felt like that's one of the most important parts of this game, so you can increase your power level in order whenever you come across enemies. That's really important in DBZ Kakarot. Kakarot is a sandbox JRPG. Circle is the main combo, and you can use square and triangle to execute different combos. You can hunt and travel to iconic locations in order to upgrade your characters. You can play as iconic DBZ characters such as Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, and etc. Kakarot has support-only characters, which helps you in battles, and you can also travel around different locations to get Dragon Balls.
Now, I'll be honest, I will probably get flagged for this, but this is just my opinion. Now, Kakarot does give me Xenoverse vibes, but despite it does give me Xenoverse vibes, though, I do enjoy the gameplay. Even though it's named Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, you're not only just playing as Kakarot, you're playing as other iconic characters throughout the series, including Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo, Gohan through his childhood, and so forth. Very interesting playing style depending on who you're playing with. You also have support characters including Tien, Chaozu, and so forth, who aren't playable characters but can be assisting in battle depending on the situation. Gameplay does vary, but it can get repetitive at times though, but the combat still is very satisfying depending on who you're playing with. Also, who you're playing with, combat does change depending on transformation. That is a good thing to kind of give it some refreshness depending on the person you're playing with, or just to give an idea that it isn't just repetitive all the time. You can also travel and hunt depending on what you want to do on your free time to acquire different materials to help you assist you in battle, whether it does with food, healing items, and so forth, just to give you a little edge in battle.
So as for the soundtrack, I feel like we did get a good soundtrack for this game. You can feel the love and passion from the music. I do love the different renditions of the Hedgehog theme. That's one of my favorite parts of the soundtrack. However, some of the battle themes became too repetitive. I feel as though every time you got into a random battle with the robots and some of the Freezer soldiers, it kind of got too repetitive. I wish there were different renditions of the battle themes.
Soundtrack in this game, I would have to say, is very cool for the most part. I'm going to have to be honest though, I feel like they could have done a little bit better with the soundtrack. There are some cool tracks here and there that are different, even though they are trying to use the classic tracks from the series. I don't know, I just feel like they could have did a lot better. There are some very cool tracks that are very memorable that I like, especially the one with Goku versus Raditz. I think that track is one of my favorites, especially with the guitar solo throughout the whole track. That is probably one of my favorites, but it can at times get a little repetitive. I just feel like they could have did a lot better with the music. But overall, or all in all, I think the music is pretty decent. I just hope that down the line, if with more content they bring to the game, that they add some more new music to it. It would be cool to have or whatever. Don't try to sell it. Just don't some Xenoverse shit. We don't need that. We just I just feel like they could have did a lot more better with the music though. But it was decent. I'll probably give it like a B plus or whatever.
This game is worth your time and money. Even though it's a single player game, there's a plethora of content to enjoy. Every new anime game doesn't need multiplayer. Sometimes you need time to yourself and enjoy the experience. CyberConnect 2 has done it again. They are the best development team to create story-driven games.
Now, I know a lot of people feel that this game is boring or not to anyone's standards, but I will have to disagree. Despite it being an anime game, there is still a very lump sum of people who still enjoy single player games, and with CyberConnect 2 doing the Naruto series and always making the game story driven, I think they did a accomplishing good job as far as telling the Dragon Ball story the best way they can with the material they have from the anime and the manga. I feel like they had a little bit of shortcomings, but they, kind of picks up towards the end or towards later on in the game. Not every game is perfect, but you can tell in this game as you play it and actually deep dive and be immersed in this world that there is some love and care in this game. And that's saying something, because nowadays in newer generation of anime games being created by these developers, there's not a lot of love made into them unless it's for profit. But it seems like they made a loving product to make profit down the line so that we can have something very enjoying and timeless down in the future for anybody who wants to come across this game, wherever the case may be.
And I'm going to rate this game a 9.5 out of 10.
I would give it a 9 out of 10.
So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. We on the road to 1K. Killer gang. You know how the fuck we do. I'll see y'all in the next video. Killer out.
And this is CaliGo45, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace.